Welcome, Big V. We are with our senior competitions here, Division 2 Women. Now, we are going to discuss the end run home, the final finish of our 2023 season leading into finals. Now, 7 teams remain here. Gippsland United are 13-0 at the top of the table. And look, we're going to discuss some of the teams that they're going to verse. We'll go down the list, we'll go down the ladder, but it's pretty safe to say that this 13-0 Gippsland United team are going to remain on top.
Yeah, I don't see it changing, Ted. I feel like they have been the best in the competition to date, and I think it will remain that way. Collingwood almost upset them on the weekend, however.
True.
Took them to overtime, were impressive. So maybe that's given other teams, a little bit of a recipe of how to challenge old Gippy United.
Possibly. That's a big game that you'd want to scout. You'd want to seriously look at that game film and have a look and see some cues, some point of emphasis, some ways that Collingwood either exploited them on the other side of the floor. But, again, that could just be an anomaly.
It could be. Gippsland United they've got enough runs on the board to show us how strong they are. So let's bank them in as majority winning. They've got a couple of tough games in there with second place Wallen, who we know can challenge. If Kyla Collins is on, that's a game and a half. But, they got Coburg twice, which they probably will pencil that in as a bit of a win, and RMIT pencil it as a win. So you think they're going to be finishing first. Let's go down a second on the ladder. We got Wallen, 8-4. Not looking as sharp as they did early on in the season. And Surf Coast not too far behind them. But you look at their run home, they do have to play Gippsland again. If they can cause a bit of an upset, that would be a good way for them to sort of approach the final series. It is a top four final series, and the first round is a 3-game series.
Correct.
Before it goes to a grand final, 1-game grand final. So Wallen will be looking to sort of build back some of their form they had in the early days, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And they versed Blackburn twice in this run home. They versed Surf Coast here as well. They got Collingwood twice and Coburg once. So some sort of interesting battles here where they're versing, 3 teams twice or 2 teams twice.
Yeah, and I think it's because they play each other 3 times. It's sort of that's the way the fixture goes sometimes, unfortunately. Yep. But I think there is some danger games in there with Coburg and Collingwood starting to show a little bit better form as the season's gone on, causing some of these upsets. And I think that's sort of what they're building the rest of their season around. Let's try and disrupt these top 4 sides.
Absolutely. And you look at Surf Coast, who is sitting third with a 9-5 record. They only have the 5 games remaining. Now, yes, they do have Gippsland in the middle there. They have Wallen as their second last game, but they got RMIT twice and Collingwood once. So you're probably penciling in, by your words, 3 wins there.
Yeah, everyone does it. They look forward to their fixture. They pencil in some which they think will probably be wins, and I think they'll be doing the same. So they'll be thinking they're leading to at least 12 wins, which will guarantee them that top 4 position, you would think. So now it's a bit of a jostle for that home court advantage for Surf Coast and to see where they land. They want to avoid that 4th position because I tell you what, you don't want to go against Gippsland in a 3-game series.
No, thank you.
Nope. Wouldn't be wanting a part of that at all.
No, thank you.
So, but they'll be looking to try and maybe see if they can knock off Wallen and take that 2nd position.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Blackburn, who are rolling out 4th place with the 8-5 record, extremely close, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Have Wallen twice. They got RMIT once. They got Gippsland in there, and they got a verse Coburg twice as well. So, some very interesting battles here. Wallen twice is not something that you ultimately want towards the end of your season, especially playing them immediately next to them very last. You got Gippsland in there, who you don't want to play again, theoretically.
Yeah.
But you could almost say there's 3 to 4 wins that they could put away there. So that puts them to about 12 wins. Would that be enough to get them out of 4th place to put them in 3rd?
Yeah, potentially. I think Blackburn are one to keep an eye on because, honestly, I struggle to figure out they're unpredictable.
They are.
They are. However, they do have the capacity to knock off some pretty good teams on their day, and they've got several who can stand up, led by Isabella Nolan. She's been probably their strongest player across the season. But yeah, I'd be watch this space for Blackburn to look to try and jump into that second versus third playoff, once again avoiding the Gippsland United round 1 matchup.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, you look at Coburg, who is sitting fifth, probably the one likely team to upset one of these top fours and move themselves into this finals race, but they versed Gippsland twice.
Gippsland twice and Wallen once, which also, you sit there and go, they also play Blackburn, who are in some decent form.
Yeah.
They're probably up against it to challenge for that fourth position, but crazier things have happened, Ted.
Very, very true.
Crazy
you
things
have no
happen.
idea what's going to happen here.
No, so and it'll be interesting as well. You look at the bottom of the ladder there, see whether Collingwood can try and make a push to try and jump. Coburg finished the season. They've just had a really good game against Gippsland. So watch this space.
Absolutely. Look, that'll be all for us today. Keep it locked in Big V. We'll catch you very soon.